It's the Friday edition of Litter Media Live here on Litter Media Radio, which is live, and also here on Facebook and soon on YouTube. I'm Dan Ramey, he's Mike Smith, and off to the side, Mr. Hand 2, Aaron Glandon.
That's Klaatu's brother, Hand 2.
Hand 2.
I think you just made a reference that I don't get.
Klaatu is in the Day the Earth Stood Still?
Nope.
The Spaceman?
I can't believe he hasn't seen that movie.
Well, at least I thought he'd see the Keanu Reeves redo, which was horrible. The original 1951 is as a classic.
Yes.
Nope.
You're coming to my house this weekend to watch it.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. I'll feed you milk and cookies.
So do you have it on DVD?
Yes.
Do you really?
Oh, yeah. That's a classic.
Well, I know it's a classic, but I don't have it on DVD.
He's got it on Laserdisc.
Laserdisc.
Betamax.
That costs too much. I can't afford that. Yeah.
Those were like album size, and you'd slide them into that Laserdisc player. Man, where did those days go?
Yeah, long time.
It was here.
Where did the VHS days go?
Well, I'll give you that too.
When a machine cost $1,000. Forget that.
Precisely. All right, so welcome to the program here today. We've got a new set of stories to share with you about things going on in and around our community, so get ready for that. Also, just ahead, we'll take a look at what's happening with sports, and first, the weather. It's cloudy outside today.
We had some rain overnight, not a whole lot, but just enough to dampen things out there. But that rain, we believe, is ending. It'll turn partly sunny this afternoon, which is good news for the buck 50 runners. But a little cooler. 67 will be the high today and much cooler for the weekend. Although dry, weekend highs will be in the mid to upper 50s. And next week, they're talking about temperatures in the low to mid 60s. So that's actually probably more average temperatures for around here. We just got spoiled with that 81 the other day. So.
Yeah, and really made the leaves pop out on the trees. I mean, Monday I was out walking around Mataqua, and you could see pretty well through the trees. And today, driving in, I was thinking to myself, I need to get the drone out there before the leaves really pop out. And I don't know that I'd be able to see them now.
Yeah.
I mean, just in 4 days' time, how quickly the leaves have popped out on trees. So, all right. All that being said, let's get ready for the rest of the program. And we are going to tell you next about our friends at Scioto Valley Dumpsters. 740-253-8389. And if you're looking for a dumpster for a project at your home, your business, wherever, you need a dumpster, give them a call. They'll bring one to you. You fill it up, and they'll haul it off for you as well. 740-253-8389 for Scioto Valley Dumpsters.
This is Andy Tomlinson. When ensuring what's important to you, our agents are there when you need us the most. Tomlinson Insurance, for the best coverage at the best cost. Visit us online at tomlinsonins.com to learn more.
At Rathkamp Financial, we believe in building client relationships for the long term, guiding you through the stages of wealth with a plan and bringing you closer to reaching your financial dreams. We believe in long-term relationships and working to earn your continued trust with our customized investment solutions.
Are you looking for a beer that satisfies your thirst and love of country? Armed Forces Brewing Company brews beer for patriots. Celebrate freedom with every sip. Armed Forces Brewing Company. Freedom never tasted so good. If you are new to Litter Media, make sure that you follow us on our website, which is littermedia.com. You'll find the news stories we're sharing with you today. And many of what we're talking about are just merely shares on our social media as well, either through Litter Media X, formerly Twitter, or Litter Media here on Facebook. So we go through these things to help you, and it's all packaged in one wonderful, wonderful little wrapping with Dan and Mike.
Lawrence Welker.
And Aaron.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. All right, starting off the top of our news today, Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing has gotten together with the Scioto Society to bring back the Live on the Mountain concert series. This year's series features two of America's most beloved and successful artists, June 30th and August 4th. 18 Grammy Awards, 3 Hall of Fame inductions, and millions of records sold between them. Who are they? The official announcement's coming up next Wednesday. Tickets will be on sale May 3rd at 11 a.m. It's so super cool to see this back again because they have had some top-notch talent from the bluegrass world and other names that have performed there. They took a little bit of time off after COVID and everything, so it's nice to see that they are launching this back up again. To our south, the Ohio Department of Natural Resources shared this. I was unaware that there was a forest fire going on down at Shawnee State Forest. This, of course, the Division of Forestry staff recently responded to an assist of a 140-acre wildfire that last month in Shawnee State Forest in Scioto County. Several homes and structures were endangered by the fire, especially due to its size and the difficulty the crews were having in controlling and extinguishing the blaze. The fire, which also burned on private land neighboring the state forest, was difficult to fight due to the rough terrain, high winds, and extremely low relative humidity. But they got her done, and we're grateful for that. So kudos to the firefighters down in Scioto County.
Over in Pickaway County, or up in Pickaway County, the Chamber of Commerce held their annual awards dinner last night at the Flora in Mount Sterling. Actually, it's Flora and Field, which is located in Mount Sterling. Business Pride Award was presented to All Angles Fitness, LLC. The Gene Ankrum Memorial Retail Service Award goes to Bo Lacey Construction, and the Person of the Year presented to Cherie Jankowicz with Christopher's Boutique of Circleville. Congratulations to all of those winners. The $1.50, of course, opens up this afternoon, and I think they're starting with the national anthem at 12:30. The runners at 1.
They'll be having a special dedication to Bob and Phil Bobo, and then they'll have the national anthem, and then they'll get things up and running, like you say. We had our chat with Dave Huggins earlier this week, and he referred to this structure that was built by the inmates out of CCI. And this is the structure. I was out yesterday evening, so this is further east on 2nd Street. So this is on the other side of the Majestic Theater. What a cool thing. And I just know for sure there's going to be tons of selfies being taken with this structure today at the $1.50, which again gets underway in about 90 minutes.
Ohio Department of Jobs and Family Services Director Matt Damschroeder helped open the new Fayette County Outlet Recruitment Center at the Destination Outlet Shopping Mall in Jeffersonville, which of course is in Fayette County. That happened yesterday. Center was made possible in part due to a workforce development grant from the Ohio Department of Job and Family Services.
Liberty Township Fire Department is mourning one of their own. They have a benefit dinner fundraiser to assist the family of Tony Sturgill with medical bills and funeral expenses. The dinner is tomorrow from 11 a.m. until 6 p.m. in Londonderry.
Knights of Columbus Council 15793 again has their monthly food drive distribution. That's tomorrow at St. Peter's Church in Chillicothe from 10 a.m. until noon. Pretty much the same stipulations as always. They ask you, please do not show up before 10. It just blocks the traffic, but they'll get underway right at 10 a.m.
This is something we've been waiting a long time for. They're going to break ground for the Ross County Humane Society and their new building. May 9th at 1:30. You are invited to this event. As you can see, the Chamber of Commerce is going to be there for the ribbon cutting and everything else. And I'm sure there will be gold, probably shovels that they'll be pushing into the ground and all. This has been something that they have talked about doing for a number of years. You've no doubt seen the video, heard more, and we've had Jen Thomas in here a number of times talking about, well, they finally have a date, May 9th, to turn dirt. And let's hope they get something done before the end of the year.
That'd be neat. Cool. For the snow flies. Mm-hmm. Well, something we've been talking about here locally, Career Tech, it's taking off statewide. booming all over the state, gaining traction nationwide as well. Exciting to see initiatives like modern apprenticeships paving the way for student and adult success in the workforce. Of course, Pickaway Ross Career and Technology Center, very big in this, but Governor DeWine and Lieutenant Governor John Husted, he's kind of on the riding herd on this. It's bringing vocational education back in a strong way, probably stronger than we've seen in decades all around the state of Ohio.
Mike using the OK Corral terminology, riding herd on that. It's been a while since I've heard that.
Yeah. Our road report takes us to Hocking County today. A concrete bridge deck overlay project underway on US 33. That's between State Route 328 and 595. One lane will be closed in each direction, and that project probably won't be finished until October the 1st.
All right, coming up in a moment, it's sports, and we've had the Cavalier Invitational last night in track and field. We've got more high school activities we'll share with you, and the Reds are back into action tonight, looking to snap a losing streak. All that and more just ahead. But first, Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, your trusted comfort advisor. If you've got an issue with one of those devices in your business or your home, you want to give them a call. Or you can click on this ad anywhere you see it at littermedia.com, and it takes you right to their website, accuratehvac.com.
Find a career you love with Pickaway Ross Adult Education. Skilled trades careers are in high demand with no signs of slowing down. Pickaway Ross offers career training programs with expert instructors and hands-on learning tactics to create a variety of opportunities. Visit our website for more information.
Each week, Litter Media presents the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Player of the Week. If you have an athlete to nominate, any amateur athlete is eligible. Simply visit littermedia.com and click on Player of the Week. At the end of the year, we'll announce the Player of the Year. Make your nominations now at littermedia.com. Click on Player of the Week.
Whenever I first applied for the Archways opportunity, do I have to pay this back? Do I have to do that? Is it a loan? And it's not. It's a scholarship. A goal of mine is to graduate college debt-free. If you're a crew member, you get $2,500 a year, and if you're a manager, you get $3,000. And especially if you're going locally to college, to the branch or something like that, it's really helpful.
I'm a busy woman, and I'm not ready to slow down.
Tiffany's hip pain was interfering with her career and active lifestyle until she came to the Adina Orthopedic and Spine Institute.
Dr. Meshbach told me about same-day surgery. I said, I want it now, and I wanted it yesterday.
After a successful procedure, Tiffany was home the very same day and on her way back to enjoying the community she calls home. At Adina, we do what we love, so you can too.
Time for sports now, and we start with high school track.
Second area invitational this week. Of course, last night it was the Chillicothe Invitational, and it was a clean sweep for the Cavalier boys and girls. Quite an impressive score for the guys, 189.5 points. Runner-up was Unioto. Zane Trace came in third. On the girls' side, the Lady Cavs won with 163.5 points. Circleville second with 145, and Unioto was third at 105 points.
Just saw the 100-meter dash there. Miles Lewis was the winner. Thank you to Robin Lewis for these videos. That was Ron Hinton's grandson, his youngest grandson, who won that 100-meter dash. And here is the 4x200. These guys cranked. It was a new school record, 1 minute, 29 seconds.
That's not bad.
That is kicking it. And I think the previous record was 131. Mm-hmm. So, I used to have that information right in front of me, right off the tip of my tongue, but I've been removed from Cavalier sports on a regular basis for 7 years now. So I don't have all that readily in my brain, but I'm trying to think. It might have been 2012 or 2013 when it was last broken. So.
And a guy that's been in the sporting news a lot lately, including on this program, yesterday we were honoring him with the Neil Coleman Wyandotte Insurance Athlete of the Week. For a second time, he got a medalist honor. Well, we maybe should have delayed this a day.
So now it's 3.
He won again last night. He had second place finishes in the 100, 200, and the long jump. If he was a member of a relay team, they only showed the top 5 spots on mile split, so we didn't get that if that's the case. But he was a medalist for the 3rd time this spring. Another guy that Dan and I are pretty familiar with, Joe B. Stewart. Who says this guy is going to retire and stay retired? He's back at it again, only this time he was hired last night at Fayetteville High School as their new boys basketball coach.
I've lost track. Is this 7 schools now?
Just in our area, he was at Piketon, Hillsborough, Chillicothe, Miami-Trace, McLean. Of course, he was at Southern State Community College, Madison Plains, Trenton, Edgewood, and if he was somewhere else that I'm not familiar with, I don't know.
So Fayetteville's the 9th.
Yeah. Fayetteville, as most of you might remember, is not in the Southeast District. They're in the Southwest District, so we won't see him any in the tournaments, but that's the SHAC, the Southern Hills Athletic Conference that they participate
But they have been known to play, like Leesburg, Fairfield,
Hillsborough,
Western.
Yep.
So you may see him on the sidelines at some point in time during the regular season. So congratulations, Joe.
Yeah, some of the spring sports from last night in baseball, some conference games, more being made up. Zane Trace stays undefeated. Adena, Piketon, all winners. In the FAC, Washington beat Hillsborough 17-0. In the FAC baseball standings, the Blue Lions are 5-1 now, and that puts them a game behind unbeaten Jackson in conference play. Moving on down the line, we had volleyball last night. Westfall beat Grove City Christian. Chillicothe over Huber Heights Wayne. I sent a message out to Andrew Vidito of Chillicothe. I said, did you guys win? And I finally got an email back. I just stepped in the door, and it was 12:10. So they must have stopped to dine on their way back from the Dayton area last night. And in boys tennis, of course, Uniota was a winner over Washington.
Victory dinner. That's what you call that.
I think you call it that. Absolutely.
Now, I was not aware of this. I know Major League Baseball, 2 years ago now, it's been that they went with the communication devices between the pitcher and catcher and also up the middle of the defense. Well, in college, I guess they've been doing this for a while. I was not aware of this until the press release came out yesterday that the Prospect League and the Headset app announced a multi-year partnership beginning with the 2024 season that makes the Summer Collegiate Baseball League the first to utilize the communication system for in-game communication. The Headset app system will allow dugout to catcher communications utilizing smart devices during the Prospect League games starting this summer. And as part of the 3-year agreement, the league's 18 teams have access to app licenses to use the system for on-field communications and the ability for the bullpen and press box correspondence. Now, the season opens May 28th, and we reached out to Brian Wickline, the president of the Chillicothe Paints, to get his commentary on this, and he says, it's going to be great. And I've been in the press box sitting in for, the public address and everything, and during those times, you got the walkie-talkie. And sometimes you can't hear the walkie-talkie. Sometimes it doesn't. The batteries die in the walkie, and it's staticky. These devices are crystal clear, and it gets right to you. So not only will they be able to use the dugout to catcher for the coach telling them what they want called or whatever, but they'll be able to use it to access communications for like the bullpen.
Right.
And you've been in the press box area before. You can't see the bullpen hardly to see who's up pitching or warming up. That becomes instant access information now. Now, our first thought on this was, you mean fans could also listen in? No, not the case. But it's going to be like in-house communications from the concession stand to the press box and everywhere they need to go to, security, that kind of thing.
I just wonder if the home plate umpire, will have communication for substitutes as they communicate with the official scorekeeper in the press box.
Well, I would have to believe that's also the case because a number of times we have made a player change or whatever, and we didn't have a number.
Right.
And the umpire would turn and scream up to the so you'll no longer have the 25 in for 14.
Or trying to hand gesture, and we're lost.
Yeah, and there's enough hand gestures coming from the crowd.
What was that number one?
But you can read more about that in-depth report, and you can also see the Paint's schedule for this year, as well as the Prospect League schedule, if you want to check all that, on our website, littermedia.com. Guardians took care of the Red Sox last night, and Red Sox fans are going, darn it.
Cleveland's smoking right now, 13-5 or something like that.
Cranking, leading the AL Central. And the Reds will crank up this weekend a series with the Angels. Remember Drew Stubbs?
Yeah.
Played center field?
Yeah.
He's going to be on site to sign autographs and everything tomorrow night. Tonight is Fireworks Friday. And they're also celebrating Jackie Robinson with a special baseball card that'll be handed out to probably the first 20,000 fans or something like that. So,
Gotcha.
All right. And that's a look at sports.
Reds are 9-9, by the way, entering this series. So.
Is it 9-9?
They were 9-6 after their sweep, and then they got swept. So
okay, yeah.
9-9, yeah.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
And the Cleveland Cavaliers open playoff action, you said Saturday?
Yeah, tomorrow, 11 o'clock? 1 o'clock.
That's early if it's 11.
Yeah. They're playing the Orlando Magic.
Okay. Go Cavs.
Without Shaquille O'Neal. Unless he's part of the broadcast communications that will be taking place.
In Chuck.
In studio.
They're funny when they go back and forth.
Was it last basketball season or maybe this basketball season?
When they were wrestling or something? Or
where Shaq jumped into the Christmas tree on the set.
yeah. That was crazy.
You want me to do it? I'll do it. Just dare me. You just tell me to do it. You won't do that. Those two guys are crazy. All right. And here's Aaron. He can't remember them actually playing each other on the floor.
They played? Yeah. Oh, wow.
Nope.
He just knows them through the Capital One commercials now.
Right. I know Shaq from the movie Steel.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that movie.
Which was Superman, right? Steel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Kazam. He was in Kazam, too, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, that's right.
Man, there's little movies I've forgotten about.
Probably for good reason.
Yeah, they're probably forgettable movies. Yes.
Yeah.
This date in history coming your way in just a moment as we go back to the Revolutionary War.
Yeah, it's not Tuesday, but this was a big commemorative date today.
This means war.
Yeah. Online propane monitoring and reporting. Know your home's consumption and gas remaining in the tank. Find out more at litterpropane.com.
It's time to get serious about your lawn. It's time to step up to the best mower brand money can buy. For nearly 4 decades, Skag has been the easy choice for lawn care professionals. Don't settle for anything less than simply the best when it comes to mowing your lawn. There's sure to be a Skag model that's perfect for your yard, big or small. Make your lawn the envy of the neighborhood. Visit your local Skag dealer today. Skag, simply the best.
For transportation options in Ross County, call Ross County Health District's Mobility Management Team, 740-779-9652.
Our financial lives have never been more complex, and some decisions just can't wait, which is why our K&B Mobility app gives you instant access to the financial tools you need wherever you are. Get a clear picture of all of your accounts, check your daily transactions, receive account alerts, and much more. So no matter where you are or what you are doing, you can make the best decisions for you and your financial goals. Download our Kingston National Bank Mobility app today.
Haynes Total Healthcare Center, One Medical Drive in Chillicothe, just off of Marietta Road. If you've never heard of Haynes, I'm telling you, they've been around 50 years. They're celebrating the golden anniversary this year. They started in 1974. Chiropractic, physical therapy, nutrition, and more. You want to find out more? Click on this ad anywhere you see it on our website, littermedia.com, and it takes you to their website, hayneshealth.com. This date in history, 1775.
It was about 5 a.m.
Was it that early in the morning?
About 5 a.m. 700 British soldiers on a mission to capture Patriot leaders and seize a Patriot arsenal march into Lexington, and this is not Kentucky, to find 77 armed Minutemen under Captain John Parker waiting for them on the town's common green. British Major John Pitcairn ordered the outnumbered Patriots to disperse, and after a moment's hesitation, the Americans began to drift off the green. Suddenly, a shot was fired from an undermined gun, and before you know it, the American Revolution at Lexington was underway.
Don't fire until you see the whites of their eyes. Was that this moment? Or was that Bunker Hill?
That was Bunker Hill.
That was Bunker Hill?
Sounds
Okay.
right,
So you were paying attention to Mark Smith's class.
That's the only thing you remember. Yeah. You got extra points for that one.
Well, he liked the baseball portion they were studying as well. And was this one of by land, two of by sea?
No, that was
Paul Revere.
Paul Revere, but that was
Later in the war?
I think so. I had to check my Andy Griffin.
It's been a while since I've been in an American history class. I mean, Jolie Lombardo, who was watching the other day, she was my American history teacher my junior year in high school, and that was her rookie year.
Yeah.
She has since been retired, but still remains. And Julie, you know this, my favorite teacher of all time.
I think we did learn last year on one of our episodes that Paul Revere was a silversmith.
Yeah.
That also doubled as a dentist.
Right. Yeah.
I don't like the sounds of that. You doubled. This was not your first line of business. Yeah.
I want to say fourth grade, maybe. We watched a film at Scioto Elementary, and it was with Paul Revere, and they showed him making bullets and things as a silversmith.
Sounds right.
And all. So, gosh, we're talking, that'd have been 1971, 1970 when I saw that.
Can you, if he mixed up, if he got the bullet mixture in with the capping your teeth and tapped on that one time and boom. Well, that looks like a Disney cartoon.
I don't think the bullet had explosives in it.
Oh.
I think that was the gunpowder that you put in first, and then you packed it in there. I remember seeing Hemo the Magnificent in that same room. We had this classroom in the old Scioto Elementary, and we always liked it because it was cool. They pulled the big blinds over those big windows, and they tried to make it as dark in the room as possible. And here's, 25, 30 of us sitting there watching this movie without popcorn.
I was going to say, this is where Dan took his nap.
Yeah. But Hemo the Magnificent was a blood movie, so that you could learn about hemoglobin and so on and so forth.
Okay.
And Hemo the Magnificent was this big superhero type character. I'll have to look that up. I know it's online somewhere. So we first talked about this, I think, back when we started the blood drive. So we were talking about the importance of giving blood, and that was where I first learned about the importance of giving blood. Thank you, Hemo.
And then Mary McCord came along with her costume, which was
Buddy Blood Drop.
Yeah. When she walked in that day, I thought I was going to need mouth-to-mouth resuscitation.
Well, at first I thought it was an apple. I wasn't real sure.
What is that you're wearing, Mary? Yeah.
But then you were dressed up as Friar Tuck and looked like a Baby Ruth bar.
Oh, right. What are you, a turd? Actually, one of the people actually asked me that, yeah.
That still remains as one of my top 5, maybe top 10.
You would have thought the gold cross hanging around my neck would have been a giveaway,
Yeah.
Maybe not.
That's blaying on a Baby Ruth bar.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
And if you remember Caddyshack, you know all about the Baby Ruth bar.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. That's it for this week. And we're back at it again next week. We have several lined up already, special editions for you. And one that I scheduled for an afternoon show next week. They're getting ready for Les Miserables at Chillicothe High School. So we will have some of the performers for that musical in studio next week. All right, so that, many other things we'll share with you. And we had a nice visit yesterday at the David Nickens Heritage Center with Terry Davis, along with Beverly Gray and Garen Veris. And we'll have that available for you next week. So enjoy your weekend. Remember, if you're out on the roadways, the $1.50 is going on through Saturday afternoon. So do proceed with caution, but keep your eyes out for those runners who are doing a great cause and helping to raise money for the MAID program through the Drug-Free Clubs of America. For Mike Smith, for Aaron Glandon, I'm Dan Ramey. Thanks for watching Litter Media Live.